And we're back, and despite saving in front of Louis last time when I loaded the save, it loaded us in front of Chelsea Bando's newsstand, which is fine, not a problem. We'll just head over to Louis right now. And I want to apologize for the sound issues in the first video. Turns out I was pulling sound from the wrong microphone, and it was not near my face, which made me very faint. I probably cut out quite a bit, but I have that solved now, so hopefully the sound is a little bit better. And we'll go in and we'll go ahead and talk to Louis. Our first obviously mutant character.
The brew and stew is run by Louis Lamintz, a bloated mutant with a heart bigger than his waistline. Everyone comes to Louis' cafe. So does all the street talk. If something's going on, Louis knows about it.
What can I do for you, Mike?
Well, for starters, you could get me a job. I've forgotten what a paycheck looks like.
I hear you, Mike. Last week I had to lay off half my kitchen help. Times are pretty tough, but it could be worse.
So you haven't heard of any major unsolved crimes in the neighborhood, have you?
Well, now that you mention it, have you talked to Rook today? He might have a job for you. Someone broke into his shop last night.
Thanks for the tip, Louis. I'll go see Rook right now.
And just like that, we have a lead on a job. So we'll go visit Rook, who runs the local pawn shop, and we'll see if we can help him with his break-in.
Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. He's a crusty old World War III vet with a face like a raisin and a tongue like a butcher's cleaver.
What do you want, Murphy?
Looks like someone didn't get enough fiber in his breakfast this morning.
Shut up, Murphy. The last thing I need right now is a yappy-mouthed wise guy.
You know, I'll bet you haven't had enough coffee today either.
Look, Murphy, I've had a bad enough morning without you doing your comic routines.
Last night, someone broke into my pawn shop. I don't usually have anything of great value, but yesterday I gave out a fair amount of cash for an extremely valuable diamond bracelet.
My deductive powers tell me the bracelet's no longer on the premises.
Brilliant work, Murphy.
Thanks. So what happened?
The bracelet was pawned by a young girl named Emma Nimpton. She said she hated to hawk a family heirloom, but had no choice. She said she would reclaim the bracelet in a month. Well, since the bracelet was worth 10 times the 8,000 I loaned her, it was a good deal for me.
I think you've been played for a sap, Rook.
Maybe. She left me a number and I called it this morning, but the line is disconnected.
So do you have any leads on recovering the bracelet?
No, the police are a waste of time, and I can't afford to hire a decent PI.
So what am I, chopped liver?
I'd appreciate your help. I'm not a rich man, but if you find the bracelet, I'll owe you a few favors, which could come in handy. Come back here and I'll show you where they broke in.
Rook takes me out back and shows me where the burglar broke in. The back window is busted out and the latch is ripped. It's a sloppy job. As I start my investigation, I'm looking for information to enter into my CrimeLink computer back at the office. One thing's for sure, Emma Nimpton won't be one of the suspects' names. Every PI worth his salt knows that's not my name spelled backwards.
Well, it sounds like old Rook has been taken for a ride by the pawn shop burglar spree that we read about in the newspaper. So now we're going to try to find some leads on the robbery that we can feed into our CrimeLink computer.
The empty bottles of chocolate syrup lying all around this alley all look like they've been licked clean. These are empty jumbo-sized cans of Camel's chunky chocolate soup. Mmm, good. An empty bottle of evanescent spring water. For those with a higher class of thirst.
I don't think that's a reference to the band Evanescence. It's a little... This would predate that.
Like Rook always says, you can cut corners here and there, but there's nothing like a quality garbage can. Looks like a key of some kind.
We have found a key of some kind.
Well, obviously, the window was broken from the outside. Looks like a shoe print is outlined in that sticky pool of something resembling chocolate. Footprints about a size 14.
That is a massive foot. That is far too large for the vast majority of sneakers you would buy at a store.
The baby rum wrapper looks like it was left recently. Yep, still warm. These are empty
So we have a lot of chocolate and evanescent spring water in the alley.
The empty bottles of chocolate syrup lying all... Reminds me of playing hoops when I was younger, in the days before my lower vertebrae turned into petrified rock.
I know what that's like.
It's one of those basketballs they used to give away at Weenie World. "10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
Wow. In general, sort of the I guess I'll call it partial motion video doesn't look great, but that was especially bad.
Whoa. This antique boombox worked. I bet it'd only play the Bee Gees. Whoa. This old relic probably hasn't worked in years. Hey, there are batteries in here. I wonder if these still work. Tingly tongue. Still got juice.
Wonder if batteries are rare in 2042 or whenever this is. This is another 2D garbage can, so we can't open that.
Well, that steep staircase looked really hard to climb.
I have to say, I do laugh sometimes, and I feel kind of guilty about that.
Wow, a recyclable paper can. Finally, a glimmer of ecological responsibility. I didn't know Rook cared. Wow,
Okay. Nothing in there. At least not right now. Oh, there is an actual rim. Okay, so that wasn't just painted on.
It feels like somebody's watching. Someone really weird. Hey, this door's just painted on. Hey.
Okay. I think a lot of the chocolate.
Oh, man. This dumpster smells like 20-year-old mayonnaise, and I ought to know.
Okay, let me see if I can remember how to look down. Okay, there's nothing. There doesn't look like there's anything in there.
Well.
Oh, wait, I missed
Oh,
that.
man. Well, I'll be darned. Except for the filth and stench, the interior isn't much different than the average studio apartment. In fact, it's nicely furnished. Someone's been living here, and I wonder if he saw anything.
So, there's a bum we need to find who's been living in here, but who's not currently here. Is it possible to leave through here?
Oh, I would love to see my ex-mother-in-law squeeze through there.
It is. Okay. Okay, well, we have a key. I think we can assume it goes to the warehouse, but I want to check out Rusty's fun masks first. And I mean, it's fairly obvious how we're going to get in here. There's a doormat that we can move.
Looks like a welcome mat, but when it's on the doorstep of a novelty shop, you can never be too careful.
That is a fair point, Tex. There is a key there, even though it was invisible initially.
Whoa, a key.
That's really hard to... There we go. And the key itself even says Rusty's Funhouse. So let's go into the abandoned novelty shop. Maybe there'd be something fun in there for us or useful.
Rusty the Clown's novelty shop.
Okay, that's really terrifying. I did not like that. I don't believe we can die yet, but that does make you want to save, doesn't it? Let's take a look around here.
Ooh, a small nozzle. Probably a helium dispenser used for filling balloons. Just a couple of empty old packing boxes.
Look how horrific this is. I mean, it's really terrifying. I can understand why his shop didn't do so well. Okay, nothing in the packing box. Whoa.
Cool. A plastic dart crossbow. It'll make a nice addition to my non-violent weapon collection.
It is what it says it is. It says section dart crossbow.
Looks like my 4th grade teacher. Well, this must be Mr. Grimm. He's a reaper. Oh, this is a scary mask. Why, it's Mr. Sloppy Lasagna Eater. I'll bet this is a real popular mask. Wow, the limited edition Daryl Hannah wig and mannequin set. Maybe this key fits in that employees only door.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's really a nice little hidden pixel puzzle there, but we found it.
Whoa, this wig would even make someone like me look glamorous. This wig must be quite popular with shy people. A mask of the king? That's blasphemy! This wig probably sells well during the Bay Area Yodeling Festival.
Whoop.
Whoa! For a second there, I thought someone had decapitated Inspector Burns and left his head on the floor. What a great mask.
Inspector Burns. Wow.
These weapons are all made of plastic. All bark and no bite. They're completely useless. Well, I have no idea what I'd ever do with a stacking ring, but what the heck.
Okay.
Looks like some kind of in-house television.
Hi, kids, it's me, Inspector Burns. And as we all know, fire can be our friend, but fire can be our foe. So many times, fire starts so carelessly. And what can fires do? Fires burn you. Never, never light matches. No, no, no. Fire is dangerous. Fire made me look like this. Do you want to look like me? No, no, no. Don't look like Inspector Burns. Don't play with matches.
Inspector Burns. I always thought he was a freak, but the kids love him. So does Ardo.
Well, that was charming. See if there's anything else here behind the counter. Wow. There is a section I am dreading based on this level of sensitivity. Let me actually check and see if that reset itself again. No, it did not. We're going to switch this to medium and see if that's any better. No, feels exactly the same. At least it's not any worse.
Apparently, Rusty was very fond of empty cardboard boxes. It's a Rusty Clown life-size doll. Wow. It's a dead ringer for... Oh, no pun intended. I can't get over how lifelike this doll is. If it didn't have a hook on the back and a battery compartment, I'd swear it was Rusty himself.
He did texted say battery compartment, so let's combine the batteries with the doll. Okay, well, now we have that.
If I can unlock this door, I may be able to go where only clowns have gone before. Locked.
We already found the key.
If I can... Rusty says, clean up the mess. Sounds like Rusty ran a pretty tight ship. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing.
Okay. Warning, toxic acid.
Why in the world would Rusty keep a barrel of toxic acid?
Why would anybody keep a barrel of toxic acid?
Oh, lordy. So this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own. Someone murdered him.
Astute observation, Tex.
A plastic suction dart can be formidable ammo in the hands of an expert like myself.
Okay, is there anything else in here? Whoa, whoa. Doesn't look like anything over there. Oh, what do we got here? A balloon?
The sink must have been used for developing photos. Not much use for it now since all the developing equipment's gone. A balloon strategically located near the water faucet. Looks like Rusty didn't go down without a fight.
I like that. That's a good, the humor is what makes this game work so well. Is there anything behind the barrel? I don't think so. That would be pretty dirty. We're not going to fill this with water, though. We're going to fill it with helium, obviously.
Portable helium. Just undo the knot and breathe deeply.
And my instinct is telling me that we're going to be making a Inspector Burns costume. Oh, okay. So we can't combine that yet. We'll need to get the rest of it. I shouldn't just say instinct. I have played this game before. I vaguely remember a lot of it. I haven't played it in 10 years or so, but I do remember we do have to dress up as Inspector Burns at one point.
That door leads out to the street.
Oh man, I really hate that. Okay, so we have Inspector Burns mask. We have... Is there anything over here we didn't notice?
These fire hydrants are commonly used by the locals to mark territory in front of their respective business establishments.
So I think this last key we have is going to go to the warehouse, if I remember correctly.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Or not.
Well, that's not gonna... Well, that's not...
Okay, never mind. Huh. Okay, well, we'll continue our investigation then by going and visiting Mr. Ardo.
The Golden Gate Hotel was once known as the Waldorf of the Pacific. Its halls are still sturdy, and the walls have worn well. But there's nobody living inside.
Still don't get that
The
joke.
Golden...
I'm remembering a loose brick, and I could be wrong. I thought there was a loose brick here somewhere. Not. Maybe I was just misremembering. Wow, some of these graphical glitches. Yeah, maybe that's not right. Or maybe that's just not this game. Let's go visit Mr. Newpop.
Ardo Newpop is a gigantic goon who works at the front desk at the Golden Gate Motel. Ardo's no rocket scientist. In fact, he probably doesn't even know what a rocket scientist is.
Anything good on the tube today?
Uh-huh. I'm watching the Captain Wallaby show, and he's so funny.
I always thought that Captain Wallaby was a pedophile.
You mean he likes to ride bikes? I have a bike.
Boy, you seem like a sharp guy, Ardo. I'm a PI and I need some info. I'll bet you know a lot about what goes on in this neighborhood.
Okay. I can answer some questions, but first I have to put on my fire hat because Inspector Burns' fire safety show is going to be on pretty soon. I went to his pawn shop because I thought he would have Inspector Burns action figures, but he didn't, and I got mad at him, so he probably don't like me. Ooh, Chelsea is pretty cool, because she's got good magazines and stuff. That's where I bought my Inspector Burns fire safety manual. He's a nice guy, and I like to eat there because there's a TV. She's the lady who makes the best pizza. I eat at her pizza place all the time because I love it. I don't know what that is. I just want to be like my hero, Inspector Burns, because fire safety is very important. I never heard nothing about that. I heard about that, but I don't know what a crusade is. I don't know what that is. I used to watch his TV show, and it was pretty good, but then it stopped. And then he opened a store down the street, and I used to go there and buy stuff, but then it closed. I never heard nothing about that. I don't know what that is.
Okay, well, that was of dubious value, but we'll continue with the investigation. So I guess we could try Coit Tower again.
Coit Tower was once a...
Never mind. Well, I know we're waiting. We need to find that bum in the alley. Maybe if we talk... Well... Oh, here he is.
Oh, looks like Mr. Bum is home for the evening.
Yeah, what do you want?
Looks like you're busy drowning your troubles, my good man.
Well, Mr. High and Mighty, what are you, a preacher or something?
No, I'm just a man like you, who's been down on his luck.
Look at me, I'm crying. Now what is it you want?
Just a few precious minutes of your valuable time.
You're quite a comedian. Why don't you take your act on the road?
Oh, looks like Mr. Bum is home.
Okay, so I guess if I'm too much of an asshole, they just won't talk to me.
Oh no, not you again. Look, I'll warn you right now, I'm almost out of chocolate syrup and I'm not in a good mood.
You know, I just might have something that will improve your ugly mood.
Is that so? Well, what?
Okay, I need to get him some chocolate, and if I remember correctly, Louis is our man for that. Oh.
Louis.
What can I get you? Rook's an ornery old cuss, but me and him are old buddies. We fought in the big war together. He's one person you can trust in these troubled times. Chelsea acts tough, but she has to be with all the scum around. And she's as smart as she is pretty. She knows a lot of what goes on in the shadows of this city. Yeah, things are a little slow, but I'm getting by. Having to lay off some of my kitchen help hurt my pride more than anything. Granny's a fireball. She and Sal opened the pizza place 7 to 8 years ago, and they've been fighting ever since. Sal's a big guy with an appetite for food, wine, and women. He comes by here most every day for lunch. Bardo comes in now and again. Usually orders a couple of steaks and a chocolate milk. His temper's as short as he is tall. And he's only got one oar in the water. A bad combination. Sorry, Mife. Can't help you there. Ever since the crusade started up, the relations between norms and mutants has gone to pot. I've had rocks thrown through my windows, graffiti sprayed on the bricks outside. There's not much I can do, though. He's one of the few norms besides you who's eaten here. Seems like a typical cop. A little dim, and not too concerned about what happens in the mutant sections of town. He was a strange one. He had a show on TV for a while, got pretty popular. Then he quit the show and went into business. He opened up a shop right up the street from here. I guess he wasn't a very good businessman. The shop went out of business within a couple of months. Then Rusty just disappeared. I heard he'd made some enemies in the novelty trade. Rook told me about the bracelet, but I don't know anything more about it. Rook's been robbed before, but he's never had anything really valuable taken. This is gonna set Rook back for a while. Too bad the cops have turned a blind eye.
You want to try a slice of my chocolate pie? I can give you a piece to go if you like.
Okay, so we got some more information there about the crusade, and I guess we already kind of knew about Rusty, which is that he made some enemies and they put him out of business. But more importantly, we now have a piece of chocolate pie to bribe our friend the bum back here. So let's go ahead and give that to him.
Oh.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get her fixed soon, I'll go insane. Doré mi faso latido.
That was really awkward.
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Don't hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it. Praise heaven! You've brought the ambrosia of life. Ask me anything you want. Rook, he leaves me alone. Can't ask for more than that. I think Chelsea used to fancy me, till she found out my only true love was chocolate. Damn near broke her heart. Nice guy, good cook. Every National Feed a Bum Day, he brings me one of his award-winning chocolate pies. Ugh. I don't have much to do with her. They don't serve anything with chocolate in it at the pizza joint. The only time I ever see Sal is when he gets drunk and comes by to pick a fight. Then I kick his butt and send him on his way. That big goon, he used to hassle me until I shared a quart of chocolate syrup with him. Now he lets me alone. Wish I could help. I stay out of politics, especially bad politics. Nope, don't know a thing about it. Sorry, can't help you with that. Wish I could help. I saw someone prowling around the back of the pawn shop last night. It was so dark, I didn't get a good look at him, but I could tell he was huge. Probably 6'3" or 6'4", about 300 pounds.
Okay, so we have a rough size of our suspect. And I'm wondering if that's enough, or if we're still going to look for more. We'll go ahead and try plugging that into the crime computer and see if, goodness gracious, see if that gets us anything.
On the top floor.
I suspect we will need more.
Crime link computer.
We have a male. Okay, so we definitely need more. We've got a few things here, but not enough. Also, I love how it said Oriental as a type of, as an
That's the door to the
ethnicity.
street.
It's nice and dated. Pretty sure in 2042 they wouldn't be referring to Asian people as Orientals, but I guess you never know. I really am curious as to what this key is for. Well, we haven't talked to...
Francesca Lucido.
We haven't talked to the Cheetos yet, so I guess we should do that.
Well, it's that handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
I don't think so. From what I hear, you're a real handful, and I mean that in every sense of the word.
I guess you are referring to the spats between me and my worthless husband.
Worthless? How can you call a guy like Sal worthless? I've heard that he's loaded.
Oh, sure, Sal's got plenty of money, but he's a waste of flesh. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to get rid of him.
At least you still make the best slice of pizza in town. Speaking of which, can I ask you a few questions?
I suppose so. I guess I'm not desirable enough to be good for anything else at this point. Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the slice I haven't back in 32, but I can't say I know him very well. Chelsea is a nicer girl. Sal tries to flirt with her, but she doesn't give him the time of day. I like Louis. He runs a nicer place, and I go over there and chat with him when the business is slow. Me and Sal got married too young, and it's been up and down ever since. I've had enough of his drinking and the womanizing, and I divorce him in a second, but he's got a couple of buddies who are top lawyers. If I had some hard evidence of his screwing around, I could divorce him and get a decent settlement. Well, I was hoping you'd get around to asking about me. I'm just a lonely, hot-blooded woman who needs the love of a good, strong man. Ardo is an overgrown kid. He comes in here for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and I've got to kick him out every time. If I didn't, he'd eat everything we got. Can't help you, Tex. That's that religion for norms only. It makes me sick. Sorry, I don't know anything about that. He was a weirdo who opened up a shop just down the street. That would have been a couple of years ago. The business went under in a hurry and the clown just disappeared. Sorry. Ask me about something else. I heard that Rook's place got robbed. It scares me to death. There's so much crime in this part of the city.
Okay, so we didn't get any more information about our suspect from Francesca, but we did learn that she's looking to divorce her husband. She could, of course, hire a PI to help with that. But I guess she's chosen not to. At least not us. Let's go and talk to Chelsea. Maybe Chelsea has more information on the burglary.
Chelsea's a hot little nut.
Hi, Tex. How's the investigation going? Is there anything I can do to help? Wish I could help you there, Tex. Yeah, I remember Rook told me about the burglary. I remember a stranger hanging around the past couple of days. It might be a dead end, but I seem to remember that the guy had these bright green eyes and a tattoo of an anchor on his arm.
Wow, that does help, Chelsea. Let's go and put that into our crime link computer.
On the top.
Still not getting us there. But it's helping. So we could learn the race, whether he's a mutant. Hair color, eyes, blood type. Whether he has any scars, any distinguishing marks, any limbs. Missing head? Missing head? Okay.
That's the...
I'm thinking we should... we could go talk to Rook and see if he knows anything he hasn't told us yet. But I want to see, can we go into the front door of the Ritz?
On the top floor of this place is where I hang...
Okay, so let's go talk to Rook and see if Rook has any other details he just didn't tell us.
Rook Garner.
So, Murphy, have you come up with anything yet?
Yeah, but I'll need another 5 or 10 minutes to solve your case, Rook.
Murphy, I'm amazed that a gumshoe with a sarcastic mouth like yours can stay alive. One of these days, someone with no sense of humor is going to cut you in half.
Yeah, and I'll still be twice the man you are, Rook. See you later.
Okay, another example of being too much of an asshole.
Rook
What else can I help you with, Murphy? It makes me mad as hell that someone would break into the shop. I have a hard enough time making ends meet. It was a beauty. Encrusted with diamonds and rubies and inlaid with gold.
I wonder if there's anything in the newspaper that I'm not thinking of. Okay, so Malden knows something. So we should go talk to Malden.
My trusty I haven't seen Mac Malden since the Martian Memorandum case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
I could say the same about you. When's the last time you had your cholesterol checked?
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
What you need is San Francisco's best detective on the case.
Yeah? I asked him to help out, but he's busy. Now shove off!
I don't think I was that much of an asshole there.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
I was planning on it, but you know I couldn't find your sister or your mom.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
Listen, I'm working on a burglary case and I'm looking for a lead.
You and me both, Seamus. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Sounds like we might be looking for the same burglar. Let's compare notes, old buddy.
No chance, Murphy. I don't need you getting in my way. Go play detective somewhere else.
Okay. That's kind of annoying. Guess there is a specific combination needed here.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
I don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on this case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap scotch.
Tell you what, help me solve this case I'm working on and I'll buy you a scotch, and not the cheap stuff.
Bribing a cop, eh, Murphy? Get out of here now and I might not bust you!
Wow. Okay.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
I don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on...
Sure you are.
Not me. I hear drinking too much is your department.
Hey, I got plenty to drink about. The mayor's office is all...
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
Okay. That's got to be close to doing it. Occasion. Norm. AB negative blood. There's still more? Okay, I guess we gotta find some sort of scar or distinguishing mark. So he has 2 eyes because he's a norm. Don't know the hair color. Trying to think what else we could get as a clue.
That's
Who else have we not talked to? Not supposed to be here.
Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark.
Still nobody there. I guess maybe I'm supposed to just guess the remainders?
On the
We can try that.
crime lane.
Well, the name of the case is Cuffing Up Phlegm, so I think we got our guy. Importing illegal novelty items. Beak Nerese. Oh my. He is a looker. Okay, well, we've got our guy.
That's
And I do remember Beak Nerese. He is at Coit Tower.
Coit Tower was once a majestic.
But not right now. Okay.
Well, that's not. Well, that's not. Well, that's not gonna.
What am I supposed to do with this key from the alley? It's got to go to the warehouse, right? Oh, maybe there's something else in the alley that I didn't see. Maybe I go tell Malden about this guy? That could be it.
Oh.
Ask away. Nope, don't know a thing about it. Sorry, can't help you with that.
Maybe I have to ask around about Beeknerese to get him to show up.
What can I do for you, Tex? Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. Oh yeah, I know Beak. If you want to talk to him, you might try hanging out around Coit Tower.
Okay, I knew I remembered that correctly. He probably spawns now. Day 1 is longer than I remember, so I am going to go ahead and save here again and call it another video. And we will pick up with Beeknerese next time.